What's going on, YouTube? Happy Friday. It is time for Necrostevo's narrated Wi-Fi battles. Burr, 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 burr. Okay, I just used up all my energy on the intro. I have nothing left. But I hope you all are doing well. Today's Wi-Fi battle is against Mike, one of my Twitter followers. I will leave his Twitter link in the description. Thank you so much, Mike, for helping me out with trading and giving me some good matches. I had a lot of fun this match. I got to use Scarf Hawlucha, which is a lot of fun. I've been having a lot of fun using Scarf Limber Hawlucha to avoid paralysis, like from Klefki, and then also using the Unburden set, which you guys will see in a later video. But here, I just figured that he would set up some entry hazards, or go straight for an Ice Beam. I don't think Scarf Frost Lash is a very common thing, so I felt very safe going for the Choice Scarf U-turn just to break a possible sash. Go out in the Sylveon, who has fantastic special defense. That was a critical hit, and I took that really well. Now here he shows me Thunder Wave. I don't know, I kind of wished that I predicted to switch back into Hawlucha on a Thunder Wave, but that's okay. I just get to go for my substitute. I'm gonna get my Citrus Berry boost to bring me back to a reasonable level of HP, and now I can Calm Mind up in his face. The only downside is that of course the paralysis may throw a small wrench in my plans, but if I can get up 1 to 2 Calm Minds, then Frostlass, Venusaur, maybe some of his other weaker special attackers won't be able to break the substitute that I have up. Of course, Calm Mind gives you +1 special defense, +1 special attack, and with a very high base special defense already, my Sylveon is invested fully in HP and physical defense. So here I'm just going to go for Moonblast, hoping that a +1 will take out the Frostlass, and since it is neutral, of course, I'm actually able to take it out. Frostlass is relatively frail, even on the specialty defensive side. And my substitute is still up, so hooray. Now I did get up 2 layers of spikes, which means my other Pokemon switching in are going to have to deal with entry hazard damage, which is okay. Here he gets up a layer of Stealth Rocks, and you guys know me, running random Pokemon. I don't actually have any real dedicated spinners besides Avalugg yet, and even he's weak to entry hazards, trying to spin them away. Now this Tyranitar takes a +1 stab super effective Moonblast. It doesn't even take half his HP, which was a little bit... I was a little bit sad to see that. He obviously just brought in Tyranitar to get the Sand Stream going so that he could bring in his Excadrill and use Sand Rush or Sand Force. And probably sensing another Moonblast coming, he just goes out into Venusaur, whom just... That right there is the same as eating one of those little cool mint things there for Venusaur. I do lower Venusaur's special attack, which is going to matter when he tries to break my substitute. But outside of that, it's not going to matter too much. Even if he had broken my substitute, I think I would have made the same overall play. But since he is unable to break my substitute, and I am it's very likely that I will get paralyzed here shortly because I went that entire time without getting paralyzed somehow. We're going to send this entire +1 special attack, special defense substitute out into Pinsir, which is great because I am going to take a lot of damage from the entry hazards, being a bug type that's on the ground. But this gives me a chance to Mega Evolve safely. I don't have to worry about being put to sleep. I also don't have to worry about any direct damage. He has to take out the remaining HP on the substitute from Sylveon first. So this gives my Pinsir a great time to just test out that Aerialate ability that turns all normal type moves into flying type moves, which is very, very useful for moves like Quick Attack or Return, or even Thrash if you're kind of ballsy enough to lock yourself in on a 120 base power move there. But that's okay, he's going to Mega Evolve as well, just because Mega Venusaur has a higher base physical defense. But unfortunately, it's not going to save him from a stab super effective Return, because of course Mega Pinsir goes from a bug type into a bug flying type, excuse me, not a blug. I don't know what a blug would be, but that is not Mega Pinsir. So now he's going to go out into Excadrill, floating in the air with its air balloon. He is going to outspeed me and take out my sub, with Rock Slide. Naturally, of course, he's able to outspeed because of the Sand Rush ability that doubles Excadrill's speed. I went for Return just to pop his balloon, and if I had counted my turns right, the Sandstorm would be going down this turn anyway, because of course the new mechanics with Sandstream means that it's only going to last 5 turns. So I was turn counting there just to be sure. Otherwise I would switch that into something to take the Rock Slide or something like that. But you know what they say, don't waste a good sub. But since I did pop his balloon, that left him vulnerable to an Earthquake, and without the Sand Rush, he is no longer faster than me. And this is a little unfortunate because it gives his Talonflame a free switch in, and he kind of gets to run rampant on my team for a little bit here. Between entry hazards lowering my HP, that means he's not going to be taking that much recoil damage, and unfortunately I'm forced to sacrifice my Sylveon and get a safe switch into something else. But I don't actually have an answer for Talonflame on this team. I really am going to have to beat it by making it whittle itself down with recoil. And unfortunately for me, he has leftovers, so he's going to have a little bit less recoil than he otherwise would have. Now, Dragalge is a good answer to it generally if I'm at full health, but after all that entry hazard damage, I wasn't sure if I would live a Brave Bird. It may matter if he's Adamant or Jolly, that type of thing. But Dragalge is very bulky. I do barely manage to live the Brave Bird, and I did not want to risk missing the Sludge Bomb because I've had such crap. I didn't want to risk missing the Hydro Pump. I've had very crappy luck with that move. And I might switch it to Scald, but then Scald misses out on so many KOs, it's kind of ridiculous. And he's able to get out of there with the U-turn. That means he's able to not take extra recoil damage, and unfortunately I don't take him out, which is like, God, I was so close to that KO. If only I had up Stealth Rocks. But now he's going to make a pretty good play, go out into Greninja here, and the only thing that I have that outspeeds Greninja is my Scarf Hawlucha, and I didn't know if he knew if I were Scarfed or not. But he's going to find out right here as I go for a Scarf U-turn. I could have just gone for the high jump kick, but I didn't want to be locked in on that at this point. I kind of wanted to see what he was running on his Greninja and his Tyranitar. And at the same time, I didn't really want to sacrifice my Pangoro either. Pangoro is quite bulky. He has a very high HP stat, but he is weak to all forms of entry hazards being grounded. And so I'm going to take the layers of spikes, and at least I resist the Stealth Rock there, but a Protean Ice Beam is just going to be able to take me out very, very easily. And he goes for another U-turn here, just in case I try to save my Pangoro, probably, but even if I had saved it and switched it in, it would have been KO to the entry hazards. And I really like Pangoro. He is easily one of my top 3, maybe 5 favorite Pokemon this gen, and we have a double down, thank goodness. So Pangoro did his job. He secured the double down, which is the best type of down. But that also allows me to go out into my Scarf Hawlucha again, just to take on his Talonflame. I really wanted to bait him into going for the Brave Bird, so that I could switch out to my Go-Goat, who would probably be KO'd by it because it's a max HP, max special defense build. But at the same time, Go-Goat has so much HP that the recoil is going to take him down. I was really worried that he was going to predict that and roost that turn. If he had roosted, that would have been extremely bad news bears. But since Hawlucha is such a big threat to his remaining team members, he probably didn't want to mess around with that either. So he's going to go down to the recoil, I go down to the Brave Bird, and we have a double down. That's right, for the first time in history, we're rolling out the double down, where in 2 turns in a row, we give you twice the amount of beef, twice the amount of cheese, and even more burger buns to, or I guess it'd be chicken. I don't actually know. Don't ask me these things. I'm kind of making this up as I go along. But anyways, though, Scarf High Jump Kick coming from Hawlucha is going to very easily be able to KO Tyranitar, who is 4 times weak to it, excuse me. You only use whom when the modifier is unidentified, or the person that you're trying to refer to is unidentified. But that was a good battle. I think the only major hacks that battle was Sylveon being not getting paralyzed. That's kind of hacks in itself. When you don't get paralyzed for 5 or 6 turns in a row, that's kind of ridiculous. But I enjoyed the match, so thank you very much, Mike, for a good battle. There will be more good battles with Mike in the future. Some even featuring Pokemon that he has traded me. So I'm looking forward to those, and I hope you guys have a good weekend in store. I, myself, have not much in store this weekend, so if you all see me online, feel free to challenge me to battles. And in the meantime, I guess I'll talk to you all later. Have a great weekend. Bye now.